Hi all and what's up, my name's Alakais and I'm back with another video, and today we'll be talking about Warcraft 3 Reforged. So, because I did not have time to record any gameplay, well, I have recorded some gameplay on the game, but I will not be using it for this purpose currently. That's why I've started a video on about all the cutscenes in the game, while I talk for Warcraft 3 Reforged and how bad it is. Let's see, is it that bad as everyone are talking about it to be, and how bad it is in reality? So, for any of you that don't know or haven't played the game, Warcraft 3, the original one, it's a real-time strategy game, very heavily story-driven. The game is mainly surrounded, and the main story of the game is about the fall of Lordaeron and the rise of the Lich King, as well as the third major conflict in Warcraft history. Spoiler alert first of all, but the idea is that the young prince, Artus Manitou, rises to be the new Lich King, and thus destroying Lordaeron and all that he has loved. And due to the third war that is approaching, which is the war against the Burning Legion, the nations have to gather up and unite to destroy the approaching evil. This is the main story arc of the game, and I like it. I love it even. It's the best story in the Warcraft universe in general. I love the whole story and lore related to Warcraft 3. For me, it is amazing. So, let's talk overall about the game. First of all, let me just lower just a little bit more. Okay, I can't lower it any more than that. Okay, so let's talk overall about the game. The game is made with by the same team that released StarCraft Remastered, which should have been something extremely good, and yes, the game visually is good. Most custom maps from Frozen Throne work with why am I so bad today? Most custom maps from Frozen Throne work with Reforged, with different success rate though. Some of them are a little bit of glitchy, and most of the, custom-made units and everything else does not work with Reforged or has problems with it. But overall, everything is okay with most of the custom maps, and there will be new custom maps probably, and hopefully that people will make, because this was a great feature about the original Warcraft 3. Like, the game wasn't that big itself, but all the content that all of the consumers created, that was amazing. That's what kept the game alive and going for so long, due to the fact that it had a great love base, and a lot of us, even including me, created custom content for the game. There's like something connected to it, and as far as I know, it's about law issues or something. Like the new custom content that will be made for the game belongs now to Blizzard, which is kinda annoying, but well, what can you do?
Young war chief, but a vision.
Oh my god!
And I will reveal what your future holds.
Blizzard has promised that new updates and patches will be coming to the game that will address most of the major problems with the gameplay and with the disconnects, so hopefully they'll fix it. As far as the moment that I'm recording this video, a patch has already came out, and a lot of the issues have been addressed. and they've been properly addressed, but there are still problems that I found with the game. Today, when I started to record, I was trying to launch skirmish battle so I can play and show a little bit more of the gameplay, but I could not. It did not let me launch the skirmish battle, and I tried a few times, and maybe on the third or fourth time it finally launched, but till then I was really frustrated with it, and I decided not to record custom gameplay for it, thus leading to me having to show cinematics from the game. Hopefully you enjoy the cinematics. And I know it's kinda annoying when my voice overlaps a little bit with them, but what can I do? Haven't had time to prepare for it because I was hoping to record my own gameplay. So, the game uses the same base engine as the original, including pretty much the same AI. Which is kinda good, kinda bad. It depends. I like that it's the same gameplay, and I like that the AI is similar, or at least, or maybe the same as the original one. And yes, there are some bugs and glitches here and there, but overall, we got the same old game we loved so much in the first place, just with better graphics and better FPS. The game does run better, and you have those 60 frames per second, so it's finally in HD as we all wanted it to be. The game runs pretty good. At some occasions the game does have crashes and bugs that are extremely annoying, as I already mentioned. Now, let's get into gameplay. The gameplay is very similar to the original, if not the same. The only issue I faced so far are a few small delay connected to selecting units and their overall movement. Like, in my experience, I did not have a lot of problems with the game, but I've read online about a lot of different bugs that were connected to the game.
They say they've captured one of our leaders. Maybe they're referring to Hellscream.
Most of the delays that they've had, I connect them to my setup and my game and my computer in general, because I need to change a few parts around the computer and especially to my monitor. But I can't be sure about that.
I'm fine, little brother.
I found a few funny bugs as well.
They only injured my pride. Great.
Now, just a note, while we're on the topic, there's a strange bug with bridges. I do not know was this intended, or someone just did not make their job well enough. But, like, when your units walk close to the edge of the bridge, they kinda climb on top of the bridge, which is on the bridge walls, like, and they're floating, which is kinda strange. At first, when I was playing the campaign, I found this extremely annoying, because it just killed the serious tone of the gameplay when you see your units like floating on the edge of the bridge. Oh, come on! No! Shut up, you stupid phone! Don't, my alarms! Shut up, no. Okay, I have a few alarms set up because I have some work to do, and I'm a little bit concerned over time. Let me just turn off those alarms. Okay, done. Let's continue. So, where was I? I forgot my thought. Oh yeah, about the bridge. But after, like, I managed to finish almost the whole campaign, at least from the... what was it called? Wait.
War Chief.
Damn. Reign of Chaos, yeah. I finished almost the whole Reign of Chaos campaign, and yeah, the problem, there were a few bugs and problems that really annoyed me and that I was dissatisfied with, but that's not the main concern that I have about the game, not at all. Now, let's talk specifically about those bugs.
My name is Thrall.
So, let's talk about a hot topic. Yes, there's some bugs with the game, although I did not stumble on many myself.
You and your
And
friends must be careful. The humans established an outpost on
I
this
wanted
island
to talk about
some
something
time ago.
else, except the problems with the gameplay.
Yes, they hound us.
For me, that's not the main complaint and the main concern.
Long till they find you too.
The main problem is with the promised content, or the lack of it. So, the 4 hours of Reforged in-game cutscenes were nothing more than an HD remake of the original. But in the same time, they were nothing less, which is good. I mean, as far as I saw, there weren't any specific problems with the cutscenes, as you can see here. The cutscenes were even good. Maybe they were even better than the original, because Blizzard have added a few new animations to their characters, so it is a bit more detailed than the original one. They have a bit more movement to them, like the characters in general. The units are still more or less clunky in game, but this was a problem with the original one as well. For me, the game looks closer to what I imagined as a kid when I played it for the first time. I mean, everything that I had in my imagination as a child is finally here visually, at least.
Magics will no longer interfere with our plans.
Like, come on, doesn't the game look like all of us as kids or as young or when we were younger, we imagined the game to look like? Visually, for me, Blizzard have done a very good job with the game. Yes, I'm dissatisfied that we did not get all that content that was promised, but the game is close enough to the original that for me, it is good enough.
A long time ago, they started worshiping.
In the human campaign, by the way, the voice acting starts a bit weak, but as the campaign progresses and the tone gets more serious, the voice acting gets better as well. I like the acting, especially in Chapter 9, Frostmourne, and as far as I can see, the cutscene has been changed a bit from the original. It's a bit more dynamic, and it plays better in the dark overtone of the campaign. Overall, more dynamic cutscenes, that's what we got. Yes, they were not totally different from the original ones, but I'm not very sure can you really make them totally different, because that would change too much of the gameplay. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I enjoyed a few cutscenes that were different from the original, and I'm happy that we got them. All cutscenes have more movement in them due to the fact that the character models are more detailed and they're a bit more dynamic. Now, the game does lack most of the promised stuff. I'm sad to see that the new character stories that Blizzard talked about are not in the game. And I was hoping to see some more story, but in the project they did not add all they had planned. The most annoying and aggravating part about it is that all of this could have been on the game, but Blizzard decided to cut it out because of technical and financial reasons. Which for me, like, I want to see all that content that Blizzard promised, and I hope, like, they show it. Maybe, I don't know, for them to add it in a patch or something. I'm really hoping for them to add it. Even if they do it like on expansion or something to release this content, I would be happy. Well, I can't say that I will be happy, but I'm willing to pay a little bit more cash if I get like an expansion that adds the few story arcs that they promised. Only if that's not like a lot of money, because if that's a lot of money, that's just a fucking rip-off that Blizzard will be doing. So hopefully they add that content in the future patches that they've promised and updates of the game. I'm really hoping that they do it, due to the fact that if they don't, I'll be really dissatisfied with it. But I still have hope for the game. Now, let's talk about the multiplayer, and this is the final thing that I'll be talking about, due to the fact that most of you like multiplayer. Me, myself, I'm not very keen on it, and I haven't been very interested in multiplayer in general. I loved mainly the custom games that people made, and that I had the tool to make custom games myself. And in general, the whole story arc, like the campaign. And the most important part for me was the campaign and the custom campaigns and all the custom content that was made. But I like the multiplayer as well, although that I haven't played it that much. Haven't had much time to play multiplayer, but I did try a few games. As far as I can see, it runs much better than what was in the beta. Still, there are a few lags and small problems, and I had a game where my opponent got disconnected. Like, when I first decided to make this video, I had only one game by then that my opponent got disconnected, but yesterday when I decided to play the game, I had two games in which one of them, again, my opponent got disconnected, and one in which I got disconnected as well. I don't know, will they finally fix that problem? Like in the beta, that was a major problem with the disconnects. Yes, it does run better, yes. They fixed most of the problems with the disconnects, but I don't know why. Is it some kind of a technical issue, or the servers have some problem, but it still disconnects you from time to time, which is annoying. I hope that Blizzard will manage to fix this bug with the disconnects once and for all in the future updates of the game, and I really hope that they'll release the content that they promised. I really want to see all that story and campaign that they promised, and I want to see a few more cutscenes tweaked, at least a little bit more. And I'll be really interested to see if something more is developed throughout the whole process. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave this one here, and I hope you enjoyed the content, and I hope that you agree or disagree with me. I'll be happy to see your comments down below about my opinion and about your opinion on the game. For me, overall, the game is good, but I am, as all of you, dissatisfied with the lack of content. For me, the game is not bad, it does not run bad, at least in my experience, and it looks visually stunning, it looks very good, and I am happy that we got it finally. I'm not dissatisfied that I paid for it, and I'm not going to be refunding it. At least that's not my idea for it. No, it's totally the opposite. I would want to play the whole game, and I will go through it, and I'll spend a lot of hours into this game, playing it, the multiplayer as well, making custom maps and so on, and I'll be releasing the custom maps that I make for the public as well, and you'll be able to play them yourself, and I'll show them maybe on my channel or something like that. So, I hope you leave comments down below to tell me your opinion about the game, and I hope you liked my opinion on the game. Bye for now, and see you in the next one. Damn.